Razer Blade Pro. I have a strict set of specs a laptop must meet if it has any shot of replacing my gaming rig. It needs, in no specific order, a desktop-level GPU, the latest and greatest CPU, at least 16 GB of RAM, a sweet QHD or higher screen, an adapter that won't weigh me down, and a battery that should allow me to play through one game of League of Legends without dying. All in all, that's tall order, and 9 times out of 10, I have to compromise somewhere. But not anymore. Razer's latest 17-inch Blade Pro is a superior gaming machine that not only checks all of my requirements for a gaming laptop, but actually surpasses the vast majority of them. But before we talk about what's inside the 2016 Razer Blade Pro that makes it so great, let's spend a minute analyzing the exterior. If the all-black, unibody CNC chassis looks familiar, you're not going crazy. It's visually identical to the design you've seen on the Razer Blade, Razer Blade Stealth, and even the 2015 Razer Blade Pro. It's so similar to the latter, in fact, that it shares almost the same exact dimensions: 16.7 by 11 by 0.88 inches, 4.24 by 2.81 by 2.25 centimeters, WXDXH. It has an anodized finish fused to an aluminum chassis that's cool to the touch, and that stylish LED logo on the front can be turned on or off via Razer's Synapse software, similar to other laptops Razer has released this year. Crack the laptop open and you'll find a gorgeous 17.3-inch Exo UHD screen which, beside the 4K resolution, it supports multi-touch control and NVIDIA's frame rate smoothing G-Sync tech. Below the touchscreen is a fully backlit, color customizable LED keyboard featuring Razer's ultra-low profile mechanical switches, a first for any of Razer's notebooks. Keys sync with a satisfying click which, in addition to having a true actuation and reset point, help the keyboard feel more like the one you'd find attached to your gaming rig at home. Additionally, keys can be customized through the Chroma app, allowing you to alter the LED lighting on an individual basis. And this personal lighting touch also extends to the massive touchpad to the right of the keyboard. Weight-wise, the Pro tips the scales at 7.8 pounds, 3.54 kilograms. It's a bit heftier than your standard Ultrabook, but that's because the Pro sports a 99 Wh rechargeable lithium-ion polymer battery, the largest Razer can legally put into the laptop and still allow you to carry it onto an airplane. Looking at inputs, the 2016 Razer Blade Pro rocks 3 super-speed USB 3.0 ports, an HDMI 2.0 and the increasingly present Thunderbolt 3 port. New this year is an SD card slot, something which has long felt like a phantom limb on Razer's laptop line. Here's where things start to get tricky. While the Razer Blade Pro has a Thunderbolt 3 port that should enable it to connect to the Razer Core, Razer's external graphics card encasement, it's not currently something the Razer Blade Pro supports. When asked about the lack of the Razer Core connection, Director of Product Marketing, Systems at Razer, Kevin Sether, told me that it wasn't impossible for the Razer Blade Pro to include the capability later, but for now it wasn't something that they're focusing on. Admittedly, the Razer Blade Pro specs are such that you likely wouldn't need an external GPU anyway. Come on, it comes stocked with the NVIDIA GTX 1080, however, the lack of the connector does limit the laptop's upgradability down the road. A statement sent to TechRadar from Razer validates that thinking. Nothing is physically lacking on the Razer Blade Pro, just in the short term we don't see the need since it has the best card you can buy built in. We envision users connecting other devices to the Thunderbolt 3 interface, such as external displays or disk drive arrays. In the future, if we see demand from our fans for support for Razer Core, we'll explore how to best provide that. Okay, now we can talk about what's going on inside the aluminum chassis. To start off, the Razer Blade Pro is running off a 6th Gen Intel Core i7-6700HQ quad-core processor that should absolutely tear through tasks like web browsing with multiple tabs, image editing and video rendering. On top of the CPU is a seriously powerful NVIDIA GeForce GTX 1080 GPU with 8 GB of GDDR5X VRAM. That's not only enough to run the vast majority of your favorite games on ultra settings, but more than capable to power a VR headset like the Oculus Rift or HTC Vive. In the memory department, the 17-incher supports a max of 32 GB of DDR4, 2133 MHz, memory. And if 4 times the recommended RAM isn't enough, The included killer double-shot Pro Wi-Fi antenna and Ethernet port can prioritize bandwidth based on your current network speeds and running applications to get an extra edge in game.